Hey, what's going on? R/Ace Combat. This is for Tivness. Today is July 1st, 2019. It's the same day that mission number 5 in Ace Combat 7 occurs. Mission 444, Operation High Card. It's been about a month since the last mission. This is the longest gap for any mission in the entire campaign. I've already seen a couple of people that have started the challenge forget to post their videos today. I kind of predicted this. It sucks, you know. I've had this on my whiteboard in my kitchen for a good while, so I made sure to remember. But here we go. We're gonna start the mission. We're gonna use the F-15C. Funny enough, we're gonna use the ace skin that you actually get in this mission, and I do get the ace. But I got it afterwards. I did a second run because it's pretty difficult to get an S rank and get the ace. I'm pretty sure it's possible, but I think you lose points if you get too much damage on your aircraft, and it might make it difficult to get S. Either way, I did 2 runs. First run, I got S rank, first attempt. Second run, got the ace. Fang, you'll see that. I included the clip afterwards. It's a really cool skin. I think this skin is actually in DCS2, or it reminds me of a skin that's in DCS. But anyways, you guys know what's happening here. Basically, you just got out of solitary. So Trigger's been in solitary for the entire month now. Hasn't been able to fly after murdering Harling, quote unquote murdering Harling. This is his first time flying with Count and Chan, and everybody in the Spare Squadron. I think Spare Squadron, fly around Spare Squadron for like the next 5-6 missions. But yeah, the next mission is Long Day, which occurs on July 4th, which actually is the same day as my birthday, so I'll be playing that. I'll upload that footage even though it's my birthday. I'll enjoy that, I think. It's a pretty fitting mission for my birthday, I guess. I think I'm gonna try something new for that one. Usually I use the, I remember when I first played the game, I tried doing it in the A10, and I couldn't even pass the mission in the right amount of time. Funny enough, because every pointer in the mission kind of tells you should be using an air-to-ground, a bomber-style aircraft, and then it turns out fighter aircraft are actually the best type of plane to get through that mission, which is just ironic. So here I'm just barreling through this guy, waiting for the missile lockout to go away. It takes a bit of time. What sucks is some of these planes actually hit me with their machine guns, got a little bit of damage off me. So I was scared for a little while that I wasn't going to be able to get S rank because of that 2 or 3% damage that I ended up getting. But I managed to get it, which was good. So even without the no damage bonus, I was able to get the S rank. This was actually my slowest attempt on this mission. If you see when I start the game and I'm going through the menus, you can see my 2 other attempts were a bit faster in the past. I decided to play it safe, after more time has passed and we've discovered more about this game and realized that S rank is more about the time bonus as well as the points that you accrue through the mission. So it's important that you actually take out aircraft, even if they're not the target aircraft. So everybody, when the game first came out, they were like, oh, you just gotta blast through the mission as fast as you can and you'll get S rank. And that worked for some missions, if not most of them. But missions like this, you can actually slow down, take your time, and take out these targeted or non-targeted aircraft, and you'll be fine. You'll get S rank, no problem. I think it was like that for mission 3, I want to say. Normally, I blast through that mission normally, just go as fast as I can. But somebody told me to just slow it down, get all the other aircraft, and you'll be fine. Some of these MiGs were a real bitch to shoot down too. These earlier ones were pretty simple, they went down pretty fast, but there was a MiG later in the mission, you'll see, that just he did not want to get shot down. It also looked like he didn't want to take any damage as well, which is a little weird, but probably just it's whatever I was doing wrong at the time. I think at this point in the game I was still using the F-15 naturally, just as my progression went on, so it just goes to show you can still use these types of aircraft, and you should still be able to get S rank even in these earlier missions with the the aircraft you have available at the time. If I remember correctly, I flew the F-15 up until, I think, mission 15. Stonehenge was, I think it was 15, but I flew it up until Stonehenge, and then I got the F-35. Flew the F-35 for I think one mission or two missions, and then immediately went to the F-22 after, and I played the rest of the game with the F-22. And on my second playthrough, I've used nothing but the F-22 and the XO2, but it's actually fun to go back and use some of these, the beginner planes. I don't know why, so you just slow things down, you're able to concentrate more in the moment. The F-22 can be really fast, and so, as well as the Wyvern. Those planes are great for multiplayer though, but I think for single player, some of these, yep, there's my first little bit of damage that I received. And then someone hits me a little bit later for 1%. But yeah, these slower planes, and I think they're better for story mode. I also mentioned in my previous videos that in between this month gap, I was going to go on a trip, and I did. I went to Germany for 2 weeks, actually 10 days. But if you want to include the travel time to get over there and to come back, it was just about 2 weeks, just shy of it. And it was a fantastic trip. I enjoyed it a lot. I got to do something I've always wanted to do, which was drive on Nürburgring Nordschleife, which was it's a racetrack, but you're allowed to drive on it as a tourist. So you do this thing where you go to the headquarters of Nürburgring in the racetrack, and you purchase this. It's called the Green Hell card, and with that you can access the track. You can do one lap. It costs about 25 euro. Well, it costs 25 euro flat to do one lap, so about almost 30 US dollars. You can drive the entire Nordschleife without the GP circuit. You can still drive the GP circuit as a tourist, but you have to do it on a separate. It's not the endurance track, which is both put together. You either do the Nordschleife or the GP circuit. I did Nordschleife. That's about, it's 20 or so kilometers. I know it's 13 miles. It's the longest racetrack in the world, so it took me about 12 minutes to do it in the rental car I was driving. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I also went to the Porsche Museum in Stuttgart. Got to see a lot of historic Porsches. I think the museum was very cool. They gave you like a little iPhone basically with headphones, and when you walk through the museum, and there's like a timeline you follow through, and it starts with the first car ever developed by Ferdinand Porsche, and as you walk through the museum, it shows more of the creations he's been involved with, some of the engineering marvels he's invented in his lifetime. It goes on with his legacy, his son, his grandson, how they have adopted the company in their lifetime. Shows like the involvement with Volkswagen. It was really cool. I have a bunch of pictures if anyone wants to see them. Just let me know. Did a lot of road tripping for the entire trip. I've driven about 2,000 kilometers the entire time I was there. It's really good that the Juke had a unlimited mile policy in the rental, which is really good. Drove basically all through the west side of Germany, west and south side. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Anyways, back to the mission. So we're taking down these bombers and the Su-33s. Some of these guys were a little annoying to take down. The bombers are easier to take down than I remembered. Not really sure why. When I first played this mission, and when I did my first S rank attempt, I remember spending so much time trying to not spending so much time, but stressing out so much that I would shoot them down as fast as I could. I think that's, again, because that's what we thought the requirements were for, basically speed run, and you'd get S rank. But this time around, I slowed it down so much, I even stopped and made sure I shot down the non-target aircraft. And it just caught me by surprise, because almost every recording I've done for this series so far. I've had to do at least, 2 or 3 attempts. Oh my god, the last mission, it took like 10 attempts. It was such a nightmare. For this one I did in the first attempt, it was very calming. I was very stressed out, thinking it was going to be like the last mission, but it wasn't. I still don't know why the last mission was so difficult to get S rank. That was the first video in the series where I actually didn't record live because it was really frustrating, speaking throughout the entire mission and then having to dump that entire live recording because I didn't get S rank on the mission. So yeah, this recording also isn't live. But then again, I did this mission today on July 1st at about 11:30 in the morning. It's only about an hour after it happens in real life, but obviously you can't, like, you're not going to be able to match up time zones in this fictional world with our, planet. So whatever time you do it is the time you do it, as long as you do it on the same day. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in 3 days, July 4th. This is the end of this mission. I did include the clip for the ace kill if you want to see that really quick. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in 3 days. Take care. And if you're new here, subscribe. Help me out. Take care, guys.
Stand by for your next sortie. I lost a lot of money for that trigger. Don't forget.